Welcome to another video from ADRs, and in today's video we're going to be exploring Australia's short-term rental game. While everyone else is stuck chasing those 3 to 4% long-term rental yields, well, the Airbnb Down Under is creating returns that make old-school real estate investors sweat. So look, if you're ready to play smart and scale fast, this is your playbook for 2025. I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 most profitable Airbnb markets in Australia and where you can bank solid annual returns. And look, I'm not just talking hypey inflated numbers, I'm talking real metrics like occupancy rates, ADR, revPAR, and annual revenue potential. These are the stats that separate the winners from the losers. Here's the real kicker. Australia's market is really unique because of its vast geography, population density, and tourism trends. Unlike the US, which has crowded metro markets, Australia's best Airbnb returns come from places with the perfect mix of steady demand, limited supply, and strong pricing power. What really matters? Well, annual revenue potential. It's the only metric that shows the full picture of how much cash you can realistically pull in yearly, considering seasonality, the highs and lows, the occupancy rates, and the nightly rates. So look, don't get distracted by just looking at the average daily rate or occupancy rates. Think long term, think annualized profits. So let's start with the headliners. Coming in at number 1 is Whitsunday. This beautiful tropical paradise in North Queensland tops the list with over 141,000 AUD in annual revenue potential. Why? It's the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef, a humongous bucket list for so many travellers worldwide. The ADR sits at a sky-high $602 with a solid revPAR of $414. You get the premium rates during the dry season, July to December, when tourists flock to iconic spots like the Whitehaven Beach. So look, if you really want a high-ticket Airbnb that attracts diverse visitors all year round, this is it. And now coming in at second is Singleton, located in Hunter Valley. This beautiful town really does punch well above its weight. It boasts the highest ADR in Australia at $862 and an impressive 77% occupancy rate, translating to $116,000 annual revenue. Singleton's unique because it blends wine country tourism with the mining industry travel. Weekend visitors hit the vineyards and the business travellers fill the rooms midweek. Diverse demand just like this means less seasonality and more reliable, steady cash flow throughout the year. Now coming in at third is Exmouth. Exmouth offers nearly $102,000 in annual revenue, although it is a bit more niche, all down to the attractions like whale shark swimming and humpback whale watching, which draws large crowds during specific months. The limited accommodation really does mean less competition and strong pricing power. So if you can handle the seasonality, this coastal town pays off big time. Now for the quick hits on the other markets, rounding out the top 10. Cessnock in Hunter Valley, almost $97,000 in revenue potential with an ADR of $676. Known for over 150 wineries and corporate retreats, it's a strong all-year play with very little seasonality. Next is Byron Bay, $95,000 potential with an ADR of $570. From bohemian surf town to digital nomad hotspots, its beaches and wellness retreats keep demand steady. Now Busselton, just over $91,000 in revenue potential. Famous for the longest timber jetty and very close to the Margaret River Rhine region, it combines beach appeal and wine tourism nicely. Next on the list is Kiama, nearly $91,000 in revenue potential with an ADR of $610. It's a very popular weekend getaway for the Sydney-siders. It's very known for its famous blowhole and charming town centre. Gold Coast, $87,000 revenue potential. Yes, it doesn't have the highest rates, but really does compensate with all year round strong bookings, thanks to family tourism, nightlife, and business events. Tweed, $86,000 revenue potential, strategically between Gold Coast and Byron Bay, offering beaches and relaxed vibes without the humongous crowds. Lastly, Windy Caribbean, Southern Highlands, $85,000 in revenue potential. It's known for its historic villages and cool climate wineries. Its Four Seasons creates diverse, all-year-round appeal. Now, don't blindly just rush into a property for the sake of it in these Aussie hotspots. Here are some key things to keep in mind. Local regulations matter. Some Australian regions have strict STR laws. Know your compliance before you commit. And seasonality varies in some places like Exmouth, for an example, which has short high seasons. Others like Cessnock perform steadily all year round. So make sure to understand your investment goals. Are you aiming for consistent cash flow or high seasonal spikes? Your strategy changes accordingly. And remember, domestic tourists dominate Australia's Airbnb scene, especially during the school holidays. International travellers spike during March, November, December and January, but domestic demand drives the bus all year round. Look, the Australian short-term rental market is primed for explosive growth, and with the right data and strategy, you can position yourself well ahead of the curve. Instead of settling for average returns, target markets where revenue potential is maximised, seasonality is manageable, and occupancy rates stay strong. This isn't just property investment, it's about owning a scalable, cash-flowing asset that beats traditional passive income models hands down flat. So if you're serious about Airbnb in Australia, focus on these key markets, study their unique dynamics, and always back your moves with data. Data is king. Set yourself up for great long-term success by checking out AirDNA's comprehensive analytics, which can help you look well beyond the surface metrics to really examine factors including occupancy patterns, seasonality, demand trends, competitive supply growth, and so much more. Remember, in property, as in football, the winners aren't just the strongest, they're the smartest. And with these key insights, you've got yourself the playbook to score big. If you found value in this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.